The following program is a real estate and mortgage show and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is advised. Good evening and welcome to Your Home, Your Money with your hosts, Randy, Jackie, and Anthony, right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board, send us an email. Our email address is yourhomeyourmoney101@gmail.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, right to your hosts of Your Home, Your Money, Randy, Jackie, and Anthony.
Good afternoon, ladies and gents.
Hello,
Hi, everybody. How's
Yeah.
it going?
It is a great day. Oh, she doesn't have the headphones for the ears.
It's on there.
Is it?
Yeah, I just checked.
You got the headphone for the ears, babes?
Yeah, I just can't find our YouTube.
Can you hear?
Oh, I can hear you extremely loud.
Okay.
What,
Okay, that's
is it
good.
me?
Okay,
It's probably
so we're gonna start the show, and Jackie's gonna do some buzz.
What?
So you're not prepared? Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay, you want some buzz?
Yeah.
Check out our new listing in Williamsburg and Whitby. It's a beautiful 3-bedroom. Randy has it there. 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. And professionally finished basement with a 3-piece bathroom. It's in Williamsburg, which, as we know,
Soundproof insulation in the
Oh,
walls and the ceilings.
yeah, in the
custom
basement, everything.
cabinetry, including the queen-size Murphy bed.
yeah.
Oh, is a Murphy bed built in?
Yeah. And
It was.
oh,
They had
custom
the
made.
custom made.
Woo-hoo.
It's
With
9
shaker
Gloria Crescent.
It's got an office down there,
Whitby.
a private office. It's got a cantina.
Oh, hold on.
It's got a
Hold
3-piece
on,
shower
though.
with a huge walk-in.
What does it have in the backyard?
Yeah, we haven't
Grass.
got up there yet. We're in the basement
I'm
right now.
excited.
We're in the basement. There's a whole workout center down there. There's an extra place to put your freezer, an extra fridge, and some more storage. Then when you go up onto the main floor, like you're talking about, well, laundry, first of all, is on the upper floor.
Yes.
That's where all of your mess comes from.
Honestly,
That's where your clothes,
I'll talk about it after. Go ahead.
That's where your clothes comes from, your sheets, everything comes from the upper floor. So it only makes sense that that's where the laundry is. Besides, main floor laundry, who wants laundry where your friends come to visit? Nobody. So having it on the upper floor is just awesome. It's an open concept on the main floor with a fairly nice, beautiful, huge kitchen. It's got separate dining room. It's got a side separate eat-in kitchen. It's got the
What are you
open
saying,
concept
Rodney?
living room, dining room, family rooms, open concept with fireplace. There's also another fireplace in the basement. Then when you go out into the backyard, tell them what's back there, babes.
There is a huge therapeutic
Yeah, that's right.
swim spa with all the an upgraded one. So it's a fitness one. It was bought for the therapeutic part of it. So it has the what do you call that, Rainey? The resistance when you're swimming. It's
Soft on the body, special.
It's
Special.
beautiful. It's a
It's got night
$50,000.
lights. It's got the night
yeah,
LED
it's-
lights. It's got the hot tub portion as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
It's nice.
And they
I wanted one, but he wouldn't buy one.
They went one, so you got the hot tub. They went one step further. They put an outdoor shower there, hot and cold shower, so you can have a quick shower before you have the quick dip. So the great thing about that, you can actually swim, you can do your therapeutics, or you can do spa, hot tub. Absolutely awesome. They also built a deck back there. Great home. It's only $1,050,000 is the asking price. Offers are in about a week. Great
February
home to go and
2nd.
see. Come and see us at the open house on February 1st at 9 Gloria Crescent. Email
Between
us.
2
we'll
and
tell
4
you more.
p.m. We'll be there. We'll have prizes that we're giving away.
Yeah, that's right. And if you
so-
want to know more about it, just ask us for one of these books or visit the website www.9gloria.com and you'll find everything you need there.
You know what your calling might have been? You know those?
Look at this.
You know back in the day, all those late night shows where they're selling stuff. Like
That's what it sounds like, hey? Yeah.
be one of those guys.
Yeah, it's
Welcome to, what's that guy from the British guy?
The chop guy.
The homes where what was that
Robin
show?
Lightship, and you've got to
Light-
say, your home, your money, come and see the house, Robin Lightship.
That's
Robin
it.
Leach.
That's it.
Lifestyle of the rich and
Yeah,
famous.
yes. What happened to that show? I like watching that.
Hold on. We didn't talk about the area. The area is absolutely amazing. Forget about that. All the shopping is right there. Everything you need. Superstore, Walmart, all of the big stop stores, Home Depot, Canadian Tire, everything is just right there. Whole bunch of stores, doctors, everything is right there. But there's this big, huge rocket ship park, $1 million rocket ship park that it has a water park for kids, great climbing activities and that. But guess what? For the parents, as you are watching your children play in this multi-million-dollar park, you can actually walk through an activity center, and it's about a quarter of a mile long, and throughout it there's all kinds of special activities, pull-ups and all kinds of things that are all set up there for you to be able to do while you're watching your kids play. That is awesome.
And it's Heber
However,
Down is there. The trails are
Heber
all
Down
there.
is right there. The trail,
Yeah.
you can walk forever, cycle forever, just totally awesome. Also, even better
Did you
than
have
that.
some coffee or something?
Even better than that.
Woo!
Schools. There are 5 schools in the area. You can choose from French school, it's got
Arts and
tech school,
Catholic schools.
Catholic.
Ask Anthony. He's a teacher.
You got them all. A gifted
They got-
school.
yeah,
They have
Jack,
gifted there.
Minor, I think, is a gifted school,
They
yeah.
have. You got high schools and everything. Everything in walking distance. Primary schools, high schools, Catholic, public. You name it, it's got it. It's in walking distance. That's what makes this neighborhood so sought after, because it's an amazing
Now I
family
know
neighborhood.
where our daughter gets all of her energy for her stuff. Like that's it there.
It is what it is.
She did like you.
So join us for beverages and snacks on Saturday from 2 to 4 at 9 Gloria Crescent in Whitby, Williamsburg, Ontario. Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to read this email because Ken, I love you, Ken.
So Ken, I'm guessing by Jackie's
Ken
thing that
is
you
glad that
lied.
I'm back.
You lied about Jackie. I'm just guessing.
He says that
let's hear it.
everybody misses me and he's glad that I'm back. And I'm sorry I was off. I had a deviated septum, so septoplasty done on my nose. So my nose is swollen. I really didn't even want to do the show tonight. So, camera, no close-up mic. And yeah. So I'm back.
What did he say?
He said, very nice to hear that Jackie is on the show tonight. We always miss her. Kick Randy's ASS.
And he says he believes he's going to get his straitjacket off within the next week.
Reading the fine print there.
Funny.
The fine print.
All right, before we go on, we have one more from Pam. Pam says a question. We were just wondering, is Anthony upset with all the great executive orders that Mr. Trump is implementing? Oh, I don't know. I really haven't been following attention because I don't care.
It doesn't affect Canada.
Yeah. Well,
Not
no,
yet.
not
Not
yet.
yet. Not yet.
February. He's
We'll
supposed to
We'll
see.
see how stupid Trudeau is, and then we'll know what it's going to affect.
Well, I don't know. With all these tariffs and stuff, it could affect a lot of stuff, and it could affect us. Could affect Americans as well, because with the tariffs who they affect are the businesses, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then if the business have to pay, that means we have to pay, right? So if Trump puts a tariff on us, then we're going to be paying.
Passed down the
yeah, it gets
line.
passed down to us, and if we retaliate, it gets passed down to there in the States. So really, who it affects is basically all of us who are we're already stretched thin, trying to pay our mortgages, buy our gas, all that stuff. Now, instead of paying $100 for food, we're paying $125 for food if it says a 25% tariff. So we will see.
Yeah,
But actually, wait. So
go
Pam,
ahead.
once it's all, I'm not sure where you're from, Pam. If you're from Canada or the States, but I might re-ask you that question in a few weeks if these tariffs do come. So you can let me know how you're feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And I think,
Aren't they calling
Pam,
an early election
if you're
too
in
here?
New York or somewhere like that, and he does turn on the tariffs, you should invest in candles. Because Doug Ford has made it very clear that he will turn off the power. So, you know.
They get a lot of power from us. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So,
But Trump
so
claims they don't need it.
No, because Trump is a negotiator. He's going to be anything negative. He's going to pretend doesn't exist, and all that's positive is what he's trying to get through. He's just a master negotiator. That's what he does.
Let's wait and see before we say master
Exactly.
negotiator.
We will
Let's
wait and see. The problem is he's negotiating.
I would say he's a master talker. Well, we'll see.
No, first of all, you cannot get to that position. You're running one of the most successful real estate development companies that ever existed on planet Earth. You ran the top TV show that ever happened.
TV show is massive talker.
You then ran for president and became the president, then lost the next time, and then won it again. You can't be good do all that stuff.
You can't not be good, you mean?
You can't not be good and do all this stuff. It's not luck.
I'm not saying
I can guarantee it's not luck because I can try.
I never said
and
not
it ain't
luck.
gonna happen.
I said he's a master talker. The negotiating part, we'll see about that.
I
but-
personally do not think he's a very good talker.
I
think Obama is a better talker.
No.
Bill
Okay,
Clinton
maybe
was
I'm not saying it right.
That's not. I don't think that's what
I'm not saying like
means,
that. Like, the way, Barack talk. Like, it's. I'm not sure how to put. Okay, I'm not a great talker, so that's why it's not coming great from me. But it's just the way he. I don't know. He's just different.
I think it's more about
He
the
doesn't
way
care
he
how he
thinks.
speaks, what
The way
people
he
think
thinks.
of him.
Yeah.
Because if you
I think
care,
True
he
to
makes
himself.
He makes people feel like he's like them, even though he's not really like them. Like, he makes you, like he.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like people
Like
think
I'm
he's,
one
he's,
of you,
yeah, he's
even though
one of
you're
us.
not.
Yeah.
You're not suffering for
and
anything.
people, yeah, like
Because he can relate. I think he's good. I don't
think you're using the right
honestly-
words. I'm gonna say relate.
I did not feel connected to Bill Clinton. He was probably my favorite president. And then Obama came, and then, of course, I loved him. And then what about George Bush? I hated him, right? I hated George Bush. Just couldn't relate and didn't like him. And I was so glad when we decided that we weren't going to join in the Iraq war and stuff. I was so happy about that. At first, I didn't like it, but then I hated America so much that I thought it was so good that we're not joining in wars. And then Obama came, and it restored my faith in the United States. And then I was never liked any conservative really president, but then Trump came, and man, that guy was bad. That guy, he it's almost everything that he did almost seemed
No windows
to be
in my
right.
house.
It's really weird. You think it's wrong, but it seemed to be right. And then when they attacked him, first of all, he just got in, and all of a sudden he's a Russian spy. Then they tried to totally destroy him with everything that he did. They spent trillions of dollars in airtime just talking all negative about him. Then what they do, they tried to put him in jail. They tried to bankrupt him with fines, and then they tried pulling him off of the ballots. And the guy went through all of that and still won. I got to admit, he is incredible. I do not like this whole thing that he's doing to Canada,
Well,
but
not just Canada.
unfortunately,
Canada, Colombia.
he's there for America. If we could get somebody strong like that for Canada, that would be great. And he's so right. Why are you spending this money all over the world when you're not taking care of your own people at home? And I would like to see that in Canada. You know what? Stop spending the money all over the world, pretending you're a big shot, walking all over, and then we have homeless all over the place, sleeping right here in the malls. The homeless people sleeping there. We can't afford to give them anything. No, but we can send millions of dollars over in other parts of the world to do things or to sponsor war and stuff like that.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad when I came this morning to the office, because our office is in a commercial mall, and there's a guy sleeping out there. It's really hot in the porch, actually, where you come in. And I felt bad. I mean, yeah, do I really want him there when our clients are coming in? But you know what? I thought, it's darn cold out there. Let the man sleep.
It wasn't that cold this morning.
It's cold enough when you have nowhere to go and you don't have proper nothing to wear.
Good point.
It's too sad. Like, it's sad.
But as a responsible Canadian, we want him to go get warm somewhere else.
Well, no, you didn't, liar, because you said the same thing as me. We both like, oh, just leave him. Let him. So he's such a, I don't know, why do some men think being a hard ASS makes you like this big man or something? Women don't like that.
Some women do. They're very attracted to
I'm not.
tough guys.
I don't like
And
that.
I'm a tough guy.
Anywho.
Is that what happened to your eye? You got
That's
in
what
a fight? You got in a bar fight?
With a mosquito.
All right, we got one more non-real estate thing. We'll just go through that one quickly from Walt. Walt says, "Bring it on, Canada. The U.S. does not need your power."
Oh, yeah.
According to the UN, the United States is still the leading producer of oil and gas. Canada sells a lot of their gas and oil to the U.S. since Canada does not have enough refineries in the country. The libs are too afraid to build them since they will hurt the snails
Yeah, I know.
on the land to be developed.
That's true.
So Canada has to sell somewhere, and the U.S. they sell to. But the U.S. is definitely power independent. They may, however, need your maple syrup.
That's funny. It's
Don't be coming over stealing the maple syrup.
I think you need to do a little bit more homework. You do need our power, not the entire United States, but certainly two of your states need the power. One of them happens to be New York. And so wouldn't it be really funny that Trump goes and puts a 25% tariff on us, and we turn off their power, and he has to buy a candle to find his way up to Trump Tower?
Well, he'll
That'd
probably
be
do that,
hilarious.
though, rather than giving in.
Well, there you go. So that's why I say to you people who think this is a good idea, invest in candles.
All right, listen to Steve. Steve says we should stay away from politics, so we will do that with Sherry's email.
Yes, I agree, Steve.
Sherry says the house that you were talking about earlier on Glory Street sounds wonderful, but why waste your airtime to your listeners? I'm sure that less than 0.001% of the folks tuned in can afford the house. How about talking to us regular folks? They're your core supporters, I am sure. Hello to Jackie. We should start a fan club for her.
Thank you. Okay, so then let's get down to the nitty gritty then, the affordable. There are a ton of affordable homes on the market in Oshawa right now. But a lot of them, when you look them up, they're listed low, they're holding back offers, which seems to be working in the lower priced homes.
I would say
Yep.
it's working sometimes. Like if there's
Yes.
a lot of people are trying it, but they're
Very few.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
low income only, like I'm
Yeah.
talking like under 800.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem to be, if you find that
It
sweet
seems to be
spot,
working.
where to list. But looking at quite a bit of stuff, Randy and I, and have been looking at some stuff, and got, of course, tons of clients calling us, wanting to sell. Which my condolences to anybody who bought in 2020, because your term is coming due, and it's not going to look so pretty. I mean, the prices they're gone down a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is
Every year
based off.
since 2020.
But this is based off the end of December, when I was looking up, because January, of course, is not over yet. So when I'm looking at the cost for some homes and some people that want to sell, it's not looking so good.
Yeah, I was actually watching a video before the show was more on the Vancouver market, but the what's it called, the home base index, what's the
Home price index.
Home price index. He's basically saying that over the last 3 years, it's basically been 0% in terms of up or down. So again, if you bought, and he basically saying is that you were okay if you get into a bidding war. But if you bought at the peak of one of those times, and it depends on what you bought to. If you bought like a condo back then, and where you were fighting for that condo, and you were the top, you were the winner. And I say winner in quotation marks for those of you not watching. If you were the winner of that house, you might have to be able to hold on to the house for another 6-10 years just to try to
Break
get out of it.
even.
Yeah, break even, get out of it, right? So if you bought that and you're like struggling to hold that and you have to sell that, sorry, because you're not gonna like what you're gonna get for that place. But if you bought like some place like a detached, you probably, again, you're gonna lose money because of the fees you have to pay, but you probably can be able to sell that for similar to what you paid for it, right? Again, hopefully you didn't get into like a crazy bidding war. And again, those are mostly, I guess, I think generally at the lower end of the market where, again, people were just, for lack of better words, just going stupid.
Yeah, like just, and I know Randy and I were updating one of our books on prices in Oshawa earlier today, and you had to change quite a few. Hey, Randy, they went down.
Yeah.
Prices went down, so like the average price we're talking about.
In Durham,
so we
there's
had to
quite a few that
change
went
some
down.
of our reading material that we send out.
We had to even change the book because
Yeah.
we didn't have a section for the 600,000 range. And Central Oshawa, doesn't show up here, but in Central Oshawa, the average price
Oh, the
went
average.
down into the
Average,
600s.
yeah.
So we had to actually create a new lower category to accommodate for that. So
Yeah.
prices are definitely having a downward swing.
Yeah.
And we honestly believe that you're going to see that for the rest of this year and next year.
It was actually, and I can go back into like the whole market price because I've been looking at a lot of houses too, and like again going back to what you're talking about with prices being priced low and high. Like the market now, there's like a lot of houses coming on the market, as you're saying, because of the 5 years previous where people bought and they might have to get out, and you're going to see a lot of houses with price changes on the market. A lot of houses that have this presentation date comes and goes. A lot of houses where it's just they're pricing here, pricing like crazy pricing. I've seen some houses that are listed at $800,000, and they paid $900,000 for the house, right? So, it's going to be kind of like the Wild Wild West. But if you are looking and if you can afford it, and if again, depending on what obviously we all have our different financial situations, but you can find stuff in the, again, 6s would be a bit tough, but like if you can get to the 7s or the 8s, you can get like a little bit more flexibility and a little bit of choice. In the 600 level, you're again unless you're willing to go farther east, might not have as much choice. It might not be like the best neighborhood, but if you can afford 7 or 8, then you can probably get something that's relatively decent. But yeah, it's not crazy. For 700,000, you need at least what, 25, I think 45, $50,000 at least, which should be hopefully doable. If you have less than $50,000, you're
gotta save a little more.
Yeah, you need to have a little bit of down payment, and 50 grand. Yes, it shouldn't. If you're looking for a house, you have to have at least 50 grand. I would say at the very minimum. Even if it's a $500,000 house, you need $25,000 down. You have to pay your land transfer tax. You have to pay your lawyer fees. So I would say at least 50 is like bare minimum for you to start really being at least somewhat serious about it. But yeah, there is stuff if you have, again, like we've been talking about the last few weeks, you need to have a plan, right? You have to have a plan for what your goals are, what you're looking for, and again, the different strategies and programs that are out there to kind of help you as well.
And listen, I know Randy has said many times, I mean, the real estate market has not been a normal market. Typically, you got to work your way up to a detached home. Typically, you're going in a condo, then a townhouse, and maybe a semi or something. I mean, right now, people just want that detached and, just kind of get your heads out of the clouds. And right now, do what you got to do to keep your home. You got to rent out a bloody room. Like, do what you got to do to stay in there and not lose your home and come up with some creative ways. I mean, there's nothing wrong with renting out a room to You know, there's a lot of people doing it right now. There's a lot of
And-
students out there that need an affordable place to stay as well.
And when you rent out a room, it's a lot easier to kick them out if you have to. So,
Oh, yeah, 24 hours. The police will come in and remove them. You don't have to go through the sheriff or anything. You just call the police and the police say, okay, you're out because you're living with them.
If you're sharing,
Yeah.
to be
Kitchen.
specific, sharing the kitchen and bathroom, then you don't have to go through the landlord and tenant board to
Yeah.
remove them. It's
And
just-
you know what? And you're helping some student out as well. I don't know. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Like personally, me, I think of seniors that are in their home, and a lot of them been there for many, many years, and it's a huge adjustment now for them to have the move, especially if they can still kind of be on their own. I mean, there's a lot of programs out there, like George Brown has, or is it Ryerson? I think it's George Brown that has one where they are finding compatible seniors and students to live together. The student is living with the senior at a reduced amount of rent, so a reasonable amount of rent, and they help with some chores. Maybe they do some groceries, maybe, you know, and they kind of, so, I mean, there's different
this is in
things going
Toronto?
on. Yeah. Downtown, I was looking at it, especially when there was that whole crisis where there wasn't enough housing for the students. So they have, and I can tell you on the East Coast, they're doing it quite a bit in Halifax as well, where the senior is able to now stay in their home. They get a little bit of support, a little bit of, you know, companionship, if you say, a little bit of help, and the student gets affordable living quarters where they don't have to worry. So to me, it's a win-win. So I don't know, because I know that there's probably a lot of people out there right now that's probably their parents are maybe getting to that point, maybe, and you know, that's another alternative. I don't know. You know, just a lot of creative ways out there to try to stay in your home right now, because, you know, it's sad. All the calls that we're getting for people that have to sell, that don't necessarily want to sell, some of them they're not even behind on a mortgage, they just can't renew, or they don't, or maybe they got a private mortgage and
Can't afford
they
to
don't
renew.
want to renew it with them, right? So,
Oh, okay.
like a lot of people could probably
'Cause they have to go through-
manage it if they could renew.
Yeah, but they have to go through the process of
Right, and they can't
qualifying,
even
all that stuff,
qualify
yeah.
some of them. So it's
So I
it's
guess
pretty
maybe
bad.
for some of the listeners, basically, if you have like a traditional mortgage with like a non-private, generally after the end of your 5 years, the bank will just send you like a renewal where you don't have to really reapply again. It's just either accept their offers or not. It probably won't be the best offers if you were to shop around. But again, if your credit's bad or whatever,
Yeah.
it's the best way to, you know, you can keep your house, your payments, again, depending on
Won't
how,
go
well, it depends on the rates, right? If the rates stayed the same, it might be similar. Like if you got 5 years ago to now, it'd probably gone up unless you had like a variable rate, then you probably be used to it. But
Yeah.
but if you have a private mortgage and you want to get out of the private mortgage, or if they won't take you back, then you have to now go to your bank or go to your mortgage lender, and you have to like, give them your T4s, your all that stuff. And if you don't have the numbers that say you can afford this house, they're gonna say no. And basically, you can't. If you don't have the money for the house, you have no choice. You have to sell the house in that case.
But you know, guys, I honestly and firmly believe that a private mortgage should be just a stepping stone. Don't, you know, when you go out and you get a private mortgage, you need to be working on whatever the reason is why you have to get a private mortgage. You need to be saving. You need to be building up that credit score. There's ways. There's companies out there that will teach you what to pay, when, how much to pay on each bill, credit card you have to increase your points more. There's coaching out there for all of that, and get yourself out of that private mortgage, because some of those private mortgagers, they're just waiting for you to default.
And usually they're like not usually, but I'm sure a lot of times they're like this interest only. Usually those private mortgages, right?
Yes,
So
yeah.
after, if you have a 2-year private mortgage, after the 2 years, you still owe the same balance you pay for the house, right? So, especially if you had a private mortgage for the last 5 years, you paid a hell of a lot of money, plus your house is worth the same amount that you bought it for, so you're double screwed. Like you paid probably $100,000, and if you were to sell, you were going to lose another $100,000. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I'm not exactly sure what to say there because there are people in that situation and it's not good. It's not good. This is a bad time.
It is. It's a
Bank
very
of
bad
Canada
time.
basically turned a corner, and in turning that corner, they discovered that the interest rates were the only lever that they could use to try to control inflation. It's
Think about it.
arguable why the inflation was the way it was. I believe it's caused by government spending and the amount of money that they throw into the economy, and they don't believe that that had any effect, or they don't like to admit that it had any effect, although you'll hear it every now and then. But overall, they're blaming it on Canadian spending, which
Well, what did they do? That's why they did the
is not the
stress test,
situation.
right? Because Canadians don't know how to handle their own money. But like what happened, okay? Interest rates went up. The little guy that had saved enough money to get in the market was booted out of the market. And now the interest rates kept going. And now the guys that got in the market before it happened are now losing their homes or have to get out of their homes and sell. Like, it's, I don't know. The government should have stayed out of real estate, but you know what? They get their hands in everything. So that's just my opinion.
right now, I'd like to see the government's hand in real estate.
Yeah.
What
Well,
I'd
no,
like-
they did the damage. They're walking away now.
What I would like to see happen is that the government takes real estate and makes it a residential real estate, anyways, and makes it a residential purchase. So not a commercial purchase. I know many people are saying no, you should allow for commercial purchases, but I'd prefer to see residential purchases, and I'd like to see a fixed rate.
You did that?
So similar like in the States, it's government protected. It's 3%, 4%, 5%, whatever it is. You sign up for it, and you pay that until you pay off the mortgage. They give you a 25-year term, and boom, you just go. That's what I would like to see. I don't know if we will see anything like that, but it would start to it would start to help eliminate the commercial arm and the investment necessarily arm of the market. It would sort of remove that from the equation. Everybody is allowed to purchase one property under these terms. And then when you get into investment or commercial and that, they're subject to normal market conditions, whatever they are, higher interest rates, 5-year terms,
say
whatever it is. So
Don't say that.
that's what I'd like to see.
I mean, just the commercial part of it. Yeah, I don't know. We are coming into the spring market, so it is the hopeful, wishful thinking time where prices typically do go up. I'm seeing people are getting market value. I don't see anything going crazy out there. I don't know about you guys, but from what I'm looking at, I've actually seen a couple of homes. I actually had somebody call me today, one of our partners with a client that is looking for, they're looking to move into a different home. And he sent me and he's like, okay, what do you think of the price on this? And I'm like, wow, jump on it. It's like 140,000 under what I think it should be. And they're not holding back offers.
And it still hasn't sold.
Yeah, but it's only been on the market 6 days. So, but I know when we were out going around, there was like a few that offer date came and went. They take off the offer date off the listing, keep it the same price. So you go, you show the home to your client, and then you call and say, hey, we're listed at $799, but we're looking for $950. Then why are you doing that? So if you're going out looking around and something looks like it's too good to be true, get your realtor to check out where the price should be. Because I'm noticing there's a lot of them that the offer time went and gone, and they haven't changed the price. And typically, if they're priced low with an offer time, they don't get it, they relist and they move it back up. There are a lot of agents that are not doing that. So try not to waste your time when you're out there and, check out the prices and everything. But I have seen there's, a couple out there I've seen that are actually a good deal.
Yeah, I don't know why. That makes no sense. I don't know why they... Especially, I can get pricing it low and the offer date. I can kind of get that.
Yeah.
I can't get pricing it low with no offer date, because no one's going to come in and say, if there's no offer date where there's no pressure, if it's listed at 800,000, why would I come in at 950? Like, that makes no sense. And if I put an offer in at 8 and you say no when there's no offer date, like, what are we doing here?
It's very misleading, right?
I would honestly say that that's a realtor that really doesn't even
Know what he's doing.
know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Well, they're definitely not keeping up with, how do I say, I don't know how to put it. They're not involved in the listing, I would say, too much, because that's the first thing you do. If I have an offer date and the house doesn't sell, the first thing I'm going to do that same night, I'm going on and I'm taking that out and I'm going to do whatever changes I need to do, because it's a real turnoff when you take your client out. And not only that, and they want to see stuff, and then you call and you're like, well, you're out the lot, why didn't you just price it there? Right? You know what I mean? Like, it's very misleading, right? And it's discouraging, because you're taking somebody, when you take somebody to see a home that they believe they can afford, right? And the house is not that price, and they didn't know, try finding a house now that's actually affordable. It's going to be hard, because this house is better than anything in the price range you're looking. Another reason why I say get qualified for a mortgage first before you go out and look. That's another thing.
Yeah. I guess in some ways, and there's nothing wrong with it. What happened?
Oh, the Swansea one. The one we were looking at is actually sold for $9. They got
They got what they wanted when they were listed.
yeah.
I noticed that too, yeah.
So there's something to be said for hiring someone who actually understands the marketplace.
And cares about what they're doing for you.
So here's the things. New listings are up 20%. That means there's more inventory on the market, right? Active listings, so when you get rid of just the new listings and you count what's available on the market versus last year, we're 48% higher than last year, right? But the average price is down 1.6%, and so is the number of transactions, down 1.8%. It's taking almost 2 months to sell a property today, right? If you look at, if we grab the actual numbers, this is a great exercise for Anthony because he is a mathematician. So we got 15,393 active listings, and we have 3,359 actual solds. So
It's around 30%, around 20%. Sorry, 3 to 15.
Yeah, so
20%.
around 20,
Yeah, 20-ish.
20%. So we're looking at 1 in 5 homes, roughly speaking, are actually selling. They're taking almost 2 months to sell. And if 5 people go on the market today, one of them's going to sell in the next 60 days-ish. That's pretty serious. And so it's always interesting when you see homeowners go and say, okay, well, I want to save money, and they're going to hire someone who does a low commission proposition for them. And if you think about it, honestly, why is someone doing something for less than what they're worth? They're probably not. They're doing it for what they are worth. And since they're not worth what's the average income, they're worth the below average. This is why they're doing below average commissions, typically speaking. So There's another saying that I heard one gentleman say is, when you pay with peanuts,
You get monkeys.
you get monkeys. That's what you get. So the fact that you can't sell your home, or you don't get much money for your home, or you get a lot of song and dance, it's inevitable. Unfortunately, in our industry, it's not so easy to be able to tell who is serious about their craft and who isn't. And that's why one of the things that I think is really, really important is that you interview a minimum of 3 people. Now, I know when you start going over that, it starts getting tiring because, sincerely speaking, the good guys all say the same thing. So you're going to hear the same thing over and over, and you'll be able to tell the shyster. The shyster's going to come in there. He's going to quote you some price, whatever price he can quote you to
Unbelievable.
make you think that it's possible. He's not going to have any proof that what he's saying is possible. There's not one stitch of paper that can prove that. And that's why he's able to say it, because what he's trying to do is to get you to sign. But to prove it and all that won't matter. And then hopefully throughout the term of the listing, he will get you down as low as possible to get the property sold. I don't think most sellers want to go through that. It's hard enough to sell now. If it's taking almost 2 months to sell and only 1 in 5 are selling, it's hard enough to sell. So I would say be cautious, interview at least 3 people, and then
And it's
I
stressful,
believe
right?
it will begin to become clear to you what direction you should head in.
And before you continue, got one email from Tina. Tina says, hello folks. Okay, how does renting a room work? I have a townhouse and can offer a bedroom and private bathroom to someone. What are the rules to get someone? I am not sure if I want to do this, but I would like more information on this. If the tenant does not work out, can I throw them out? I will be living in the home as well. Thanks.
Randy Rodney?
So, Tina, yeah, the fact that they have a bathroom to themselves is not favorable for you.
Well, it depends.
No,
But-
It depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's not favorable for you. However, it may help you in capturing some more rent. I guess there's going to be a question about the kitchen is going to be really important. My other question is, where is this bedroom located in your home? If this bedroom is located in the basement and there is a separate entrance to the basement, even though it's not separate from the house and you don't have a kitchen down there, that person could bring a hot plate into the bedroom. And
That would count as a kitchen?
the police would certainly count it as a separate unit because they've got their own bathroom.
Sorry, can I interrupt you? So there's a separate entrance, but there's no
Door.
if there's no like,
separating.
separation, but from so anyone can just walk downstairs. Meaning
Right.
like there's a door, but like it's just like a
Okay,
lock.
permission to tell you a story?
Permission granted.
I have a very dear friend who we don't see eye to eye, but I have hundreds, if not thousands, of friends from all walks of life because I come from a very diverse background with probably over 21 parents and things like that. So I have one person who's dear back in my younger days, and he rented his basement, 2 rooms in his basement, and he had 1 room in his basement to himself. Now, the basement did have a bathroom, it did have a kitchen, and he uses that kitchen. He uses the fridge, the stove, he cooks his fish down there. There is no separation between the 2 units. There's no doors between the basement and the upper floor. As a matter of fact, there is an entrance in through the garage, but the tenant does not use that entrance. They use the house entrance. So they walk into the main part of the house and they go down to the basement. And there's no door, no anything. he ran into a problem with that tenant where they threatened him. So he went to the police, told them that they threatened him, and he would like for them to leave. He's concerned about not only his own personal safety, but he's also concerned about theirs, because if they come up to his room for any reason, he may
Gonna
not
protect
act
himself. He's going to protect
properly.
himself.
Yeah, so it's a very volatile situation. So the police said, oh, well, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. He goes, can I lock him out? He goes, well, you can do whatever you want, but we don't recommend that. So he locks them out. So they go to the police. So the police then come. So they come back to the house. He said, the police come. He goes, I don't care what's coming, get it. You're not allowed in. The police come. They inspect the place. So they go, how does a tenant come in here? They have to come in through the door, and I'm not letting them in. Okay, because I'm worried about them coming up to my room, because they have full access to it, and something bad happens, whether it happens to me or to them. It's not good. And the police said, okay, show me their room. So they walk down. Remember, there's no doors. They walk downstairs. They say, okay, well, there's a bathroom there. And they do have a way to cook. So because of that, we won't deal with it.
What was the way to cook? A hot plate?
The police won't deal with
No,
it.
but
No,
what was the way of cooking? Anthony's
It
asking.
was a stove.
Oh, there was a stove.
It
Okay.
was a stove. But a hot plate and a stove, I'm just saying, you can say and but if we're going to give people advice, I'm just telling you, unless you 100% know that the police will not allow that. So my fear is, in the situation that she's talking about, is that if you get someone who happens to be a professional tenant, well, I'll tell you the end of that story anyways. The police, he said that no, he's not letting them in, and they say, okay, well, that's up to you, but we're telling them we're going to guide them downstairs, and then we're going to leave. So they guide them downstairs, they left. Then the next time they left, he locked them out. They came back with the police and a locksmith who, I think it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, who started drilling the lock
On the front of the house?
at the front of the house to drill the lock to let the tenant in
With the police.
with the police. So
Wow.
I have seen things, and I was there because I was sleeping over because he wanted moral support. And I do this, ask my wife the strangest of things for my clients. It's really weird.
My own,
So my thing is that,
So he says
My-
he was sleeping over to help him. He knows where he was. Like,
yeah, and I'm just imagining this story. So then the thing is that what my concern is, because they have their own bathroom, if they were to bring in a hot plate, you may run into a police. And this one escalated right to the sergeant. And the sergeant said that no, the police are not going to escort these people off. As a matter of fact, they'll escort them in. And they'll charge him with, I can't remember what it was, some kind of charge, if he can persist to not let them in. And if he wants them gone. Now, they haven't paid any rent.
oh, that doesn't matter though.
No, but that doesn't matter. It's not relevant.
Yeah, who cares?
So I would feel a lot more comfortable if I was going to give you advice if they didn't have their own bathroom, because them having their own
It
bathroom,
depends.
okay, I'll let you, but I'm just going to finish up with my advice, and then you're going to get Anthony's. And Anthony he is involved in rental scenarios, so I
Well,
won't
yeah,
say that
he
his
has-
situation
yeah,
is not
he's
valid.
dealt with it.
However, what I will say is, for me, I'm a little cautious. If they didn't have their own bathroom, and there was the one kitchen and the one bathroom, or the bathroom that you guys shared, I'd feel a lot more comfortable to let you know you could have the tenant and get rid of them, even if you just didn't like the way they
But
looked.
is there a way around it?
But,
like
hold
maybe
on,
you
hold
got
on,
your
let me
own
finish,
bathroom,
let
but
me
you share
finish,
this one
Jack,
as well?
Let me
Yeah,
finish.
that's not-
But
Your story's taking too long, though. Speed it up.
But because they have their own bathroom, and my fear is they could bring in a bar fridge and a hot plate into the bedroom, I honestly believe that they could consider that a studio, and I think that they
Yeah.
could they could circumvent any efforts that you're trying to make to make it not go to landlord and tenant board. Go ahead, Anthony.
Well, my only thing is when you say private bathroom, it depends because like I don't have this place anymore, but a family member had a place where he rented out a bunch of rooms, and my dad lived there. He had his own. He had his master suite had his own bathroom, his private bathroom, and there was another bathroom that was shared for everybody. It wasn't. It was sure only they're really using it, but if he had to take a leak, he would just go use that washroom, right? So it was a shared bathroom. So if that bathroom is inside that room, I would consider that a private bathroom. If it's like a shared bathroom that's in the hallway, again, don't take what I'm saying for face value. This is my opinion. The whole hot plate thing versus stove. When you say hot plate, it just means something you go to Canadian Tire, you buy like a little heating device.
Burners that you plug in.
Like to me, that's I don't know, because like then everyone who rents a room just has to get a little bar fridge and everything, and they can.
Well, they'd have to have their own bathroom. And what she said, if you read her email,
she said private
she
bathroom,
said,
but
yes,
but I mean, I guess that's not. I need to see. When you say private bathroom, do you mean it's in his
Like
bedroom?
It doesn't
ensuite,
have to be.
like an
But
ensuite.
if it is, that's even more dangerous.
But I'm saying if it's a
doesn't
bathroom
have to be.
downstairs that everyone in the house comes downstairs and uses as well, it's not a private bathroom.
Well, yeah, but she didn't say.
I know that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. What does she mean by
Scenarios.
private bathroom?
And this is where I don't care what she means by that. If they are the only ones using that
No,
bathroom,
well, you put your products in
Yes.
there and you use it every now and
yeah,
then.
but that's not what's happening.
No,
but
we're saying that's how you can get around it. That's what
wait,
we're
wait,
saying.
wait, 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 wait.
You can.
My point was, I need to know what you mean by private bathroom. Are you saying, first thing, if you're gonna rent,
Ensuite.
if you're gonna rent the place, I would not say that you have a private bathroom.
Yeah.
For one, not do that.
That would be
I
one
would
thing.
as well use that bathroom every now and then, even if it's like downstairs. Go downstairs, make use of the area down there as well every now and then.
And put your products in a bathroom.
Yeah. So
I would caution against that, and I'll tell you why. Because it would be really easy for them to say, no, she's in that bedroom, and there's a bathroom in that bedroom, and she is only using this bathroom every now and then to circumvent the law, and they will not take kindly to that. So
Well, yeah,
as much
because
as
they're
as
for
much
the
as
tenant, that's
but
for sure.
but if there's no I don't know.
I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
you can try to circumvent anything you want. There is no guarantee that that's going to work, and I would say honesty is the best policy. If it is a private bathroom, you may not have a problem, but I'm just telling you, if you get a professional tenant, they're going to put a bar fridge in because you can get one off of Kijiji. Some of them are free. You don't even have to work. It's just there. And then they get a hot plate, which, is very, very cheap too. And now they have a separate unit and they can just stay there for as long
So
as they
basically,
want.
make sure there's no locks on the door. You go and check that room every day.
Locks won't matter
No,
because
but I mean if
there
you-
were no doors in this, so there's no
there's no
lock.
doors there?
No doors. You know what the tenant did? After the first time that the police came to the house, the tenant got cardboard at the bottom of the stairs and put up a cardboard door with a "Do Not Enter" sign and a camera.
My only main difference between these two stories is that
I can make the call right now.
No, I believe you.
Yeah.
But my only thing is that the fact that there was a stove there, so he has his own kitchen. That to me is a big, because I know you're saying hot plate, but to me, if there's a physical stove there, that's a kitchen.
Yeah.
That to me is a kitchen, right? So I think that's again. I would get some advice from like the landlord tenant board yourself as well, just to make sure.
You can Google
can
so
go
much
on
stuff about
the
what a
1-800.
roommate's having a roommate, what are the rules,
And you
what.
can call them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm concerned about your scenario. And I honestly don't even care what the landlord and tenant board
Yeah.
will tell you. And I'll tell you why. Because when that policeman comes, it's his call. And then if it gets escalated to the sergeant, he doesn't even visit it. It's going to be that policeman telling him what he saw, and it's going to be the sergeant's call. They will always err on the side of the
The
tenant.
tenant.
Always.
Especially
Right? Because it's
in the
basic
winter,
human
too.
rights you're
Yeah.
dealing
You
with
have to
here.
be very savvy if you're going to have a roommate. You
I would
really
not give them
got
a
to.
separate bathroom.
You got to be very careful. It can, and I would say too, like
So would you say,
personally, you can't target a certain demographic, like whatever person. But maybe older. I don't know.
Well, at the end of the day,
Try not
you
to
shouldn't,
rent
but,
to
like-
women.
Don't say single white female.
honestly, if it's renting a room, though, I think again, because if renting a room again for safety, like I would say, I would Yeah, I want to make sure I'm comfortable. You're living with me when like you're with free access. You got to make sure you're comfortable, right? So I would say you shouldn't, but at the end of the day, it's you want to make sure you see tomorrow, right? So
I would think you're probably okay as long as you don't get a professional tenant. If you do, then all the stuff that I just said are plausibilities. And
right now too, though, there are some companies out there that can report to the credit bureau.
I would.
That rental.
And I would.
the tenant has to agree to it.
I was told something yesterday by a person that said that she, through her company, has the right to now report to the credit bureau.
Yeah, but the tenant has to agree to it.
I told her that a long time ago, but she says right now she has the right. She has obtained the right. Don't ask me how, but that's what she said to me.
But you're not understanding. That's fine.
She's not understanding. No, I know what you're saying.
She is understanding, but she's not telling you it all. Yes, she can report to the credit bureau, but you need the tenant's permission.
I know what you're saying.
Okay, that's all.
I
So
know what
yes,
you're saying.
so but you could. Justin Trudeau made it legal, so you can do it. But you can only do it if the tenant agrees. So you're going to have that in writing. You're going to have that set up beforehand in order to be able to report
what you
payments.
do,
but you also have to report good payments. So.
What you do is, if you have a realtor helping you get it with a rental, is you put that right in the agreement and in the lease. And you have them sign it right then and there, that they give you the permission to report to the credit bureau.
Right.
But we don't do rooms for rent though, or do you? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh no,
but
there are some on the MLS.
We would rather not do it, but yes, it's a thing.
There are some on the MLS. Yeah.
They're problematic.
Yeah.
You're dealing with people who have no money, and typically, when they don't have any money, they don't have anything to lose. When they have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
That's where
as the world gets more expensive, people get way more savvy in ripping you off, unfortunately. And hi, Gwen. You said hi to me, so hi. But yeah, you got to be, honestly, there's just so many horror stories about tenants. I mean, and I think I'm really good at vetting tenants. And man, I even go inspect their house where they live now. I like kind of unannounced halfway, I'm like,
so you
wow,
can check things out.
They're living clean, they don't have time to really clean the corners and that, so you can tell, and they still, and it's like.
Yeah, but that incident you're talking about was more of a landlord issue.
Yeah, but still, it didn't work out. But yeah, like, I mean, there's so many things that can be copied and forged, and it's just scary. Just scary.
All right, ladies and gents, that is it for us for tonight. As always, thank you for being along. And as always, it's your home, your money, and our lives on realradio101.com. Have a great rest of your week.
Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to Your Home, Your Money with your hosts, Randy, Jackie, and Anthony, right here on Reality Radio 101.